Welcome to Handheld Gaming Reviews, a channel dedicated to reviewing and comparing the performance of games on handheld devices. In particular the Steam Deck and Asus ROG Ally, as those are the units that I currently own. Started this channel with the main objective of creating short 5 to 10 minute videos comparing the performance of the games ranging from new releases to older titles. If you're on the fence about picking up a game on sale on Steam or wondering which handheld might be best for you, I hope this channel helps you out. It's very much a hobby for me, as you can probably already tell by my extremely basic setup and lack of polish in putting this video together. If people start to subscribe and I gain momentum in views, I'll start upgrading my equipment over time and bring the content up to a more professional but likely still very amateur standard. With that out of the way, let's get into my experience with Diablo 4 on both the Steam Deck and ROG Ally. First, as you may have already noticed, the footage that's been running is Diablo 4 on the ROG Ally. As you can see, frame stutter on the Ally is a big issue. It doesn't appear to be a performance related issue, as you'll notice the frame rates have no issues hitting 60 frames and exceed 60 frames when I remove the in-game FPS cap. I've tried a range of different settings and power profiles. I'm also using the high-res pack on both the Ally and Steam Deck, as I've read that's supposed to help with frame stutter. Despite all these efforts, in my experience, frame stutter is an ongoing issue on the Ally. Here's a quick look at my settings on the Ally. Feel free to leave a comment below if there's anything that stands out that might be contributing to the frame stutter I'm experiencing, or if you found a good guide somewhere that I guess that helps alleviate this. Here I unplug the Ally so you can see how it performs in battery mode. Later on I'll drop the power profile down to 15 watts, 720p, so you can see more of a like-for-like comparison to the Steam Deck, as that's roughly the power profile of that unit, although obviously the resolution on the deck is actually 800p. As you can already see, the Steam Deck is far smoother than the ROG Ally, with little to no frame stutter by comparison. I've put quite a few hours into Diablo 4 on the Steam Deck and PC and on PS5. Frame stutter on the deck occurs no more frequently than it does on the PC or PS5, and in fact I go so far as to say it actually occurs less, although that's just anecdotal. I haven't run any structured tests or have any hard data on this. It's just, I guess, in my experience. While you can see that Diablo will hit 60 frames on the deck, I've found locking it to 40 provides a more consistent and smooth experience with the benefit of a little extra battery life. Consideration for running Diablo 4 on the Steam Deck is you do need to jump through a few hoops to get the Blizzard launcher installed and ensure you're running the appropriate version of Proton. There's a lot of videos out there already on how to set this up, so if anyone does have any real difficulty finding them, leave a comment below and I'll try and dig up the YouTube guide I used to set up the launcher on my Steam Deck. So, what's the verdict? Overall, the Steam Deck is a far smoother experience. While you won't be hitting those sweet high FPS counts, you also won't be experiencing the unit stopping to catch its breath every 30 seconds. The ROG Ally frame stutter seems to be specific to Diablo 4 in my experience. With other games I've tested, such as Forza Horizon, the unit's definitely capable of running games silky smooth with great graphics at high frame rates. So again, it just seems to be specific to Diablo. Perhaps with future updates, they might patch this out, or there might be some settings I'm not aware of that I'm doing that haven't really optimized the game for the ROG Ally. But in terms of a out-of-the-box, straightforward, start the game up and run it, I found the Steam Deck to be frankly, a more straightforward experience and a smoother experience. So my plan for the next videos on this channel is to work my way through my games library and compare performance on both the Deck and the Ally. I'll also be picking up a new hard drive for the Ally in this week's Amazon Day sales. So one thing I will say is 512GB for a Windows-based device is definitely not enough. I've been able to install like 3 games on this thing and it's already full. I'm not really game enough to try a micro SD card in the ROG Ally at this point because I've read a lot of reports and seen a few videos on these things cooking SD cards, which is not ideal when they're, to be honest at this stage, not that much cheaper than a new SSD. I'm not really planning on filming the replacement of the SSD as there's a lot of videos out there already on that sort of thing, but might leave the camera on in case I break something in the process, and at the very least my pain might brighten someone else's day. If this video helps you out at all, or you'd like to see more comparison content, please like and subscribe, as that'll be a good motivator for me to keep going. Please also feel free to comment if there's something in particular you'd like me to test out. I can't promise I will, but if there's a game on a Steam sale that you're not sure about, I might already have it in my library so I can easily test it, or depending on the price I might be willing to pick it up and test it out. I'd also be happy to give more of my thoughts on my experience with the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally in a dedicated video. If that's something that people want to see, I guess just let me know if you're interested in that sort of content, and I'll pop something together. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, and have a good one.